What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I've got some mental entitled parent stories for you, so sit back, relax, and let's jump straight into them. I saved a kid from drowning and the dad threatened to call the cops on me. So here's the context. I'm visiting my grandparents here in Fulton, Kentucky. I love going to the lakes, so we go to one called Reelfoot Lake. As I found out, there's a big tree that is climbable, and the top jumping branch is about 25 feet in the air. Most people were jumping from about 10 feet, but one kid, about 15 years old, wanted to jump from the top also. But when he gets up there and goes, he lands on his back. I guess he didn't know proper diving technique. I wait for him to move out the way or something. The trees in Kentucky/Tennessee are in the water and kind of far out on the lake. But he pops up saying help, he can't breathe, he can't swim, and nobody else was paying attention to him, so I jumped down and swim to him. He's a pretty big guy, bigger than me, and I had to swim underwater to keep him afloat and push him to the shore. Once we got there, his parents asked what happened, and I told them the story. The mum seemed to take care of her son and tried to figure out what was wrong, but the dad started to question me and call me a gay paedophile and such. He said I should have let him do it on his own and he was going to call the police. I tried explaining to him that his son was drowning from his injury that he must have gotten from the fall, but he kept on insisting. The kid was coughing up water and was pale-faced sitting on the grass, and the mum kinda took the dad and talked to him with their backs turned. She must have talked him out of it because he just ignored me and they hauled the kids in their car. I hope he's okay and they got him taken care of. It was kinda surreal as that was the first time I've had to save anyone from drowning. Well, I personally didn't know it was illegal to save someone else's life, but I guess if you have to get the police involved, get the police involved. Seriously, the logic of this dad. Hey, I just saved your son from drowning? What? You pedo, I'm calling the police. I mean, come on. Moving swiftly on to our second story, my entitled father wants me to give up one of my $300 bikes. Some backstory. About 4 years ago now, I was 14 then, 18 now, my brother and I got a bike each from our parents for our birthdays. Our birthdays are 12 days apart. These bikes were $60 from Walmart and so weren't made with the best parts. I decided that I would make my bike something of a project for me to learn about fixing up bikes. I poured a lot of my own money into this bike, changing the chain, the wheels, the seat, the handlebars. I had to replace the tubes no less than 2 times for each wheel, and I learned to do it all, with a little bit of help from our local bike shop when I got stuck on something. A little over 2 years ago, my brother, who never rode his own bike, decided that I could just have his as a backup if I needed. So, just like with my own, I poured so much time and money into getting that bike to be just as good as my main one. All in all, I probably spent about $300 on my main bike and maybe $200 to $250 on my backup. I am extremely proud of what I was able to accomplish on them. My father has always wanted the very best of everything, even if we couldn't afford it. He couldn't just have a TV, he needed a $600 TV with Wi-Fi connection. He didn't just need a computer monitor, he needed a $250 curved monitor. This all despite the fact we are often hanging at the edge of eviction from our house. Now, before you call me a hypocrite for spending my money on the bikes, I will point out that I have my own job and I use solely money I had spare on those bikes. My father, on the other hand, hasn't had a job since 2011. My father refuses to go to the doctors to treat his diabetes and blood pressure issues because he believes that all the doctors want to do is make him think he is more sick than he is, while draining all of his money. We actually had to fight him for 2 years to go to the doctors just so he could get disability so we could afford groceries and pay the bills, instead of just one or the other. Anyways, recently my father has gotten the idea into his head that all he needs to feel better is to start exercising again. Now, while this isn't the worst idea in the world, he is far beyond the point where only exercise can fix his problems. The guy can't even walk in a straight line or stand for more than 20 minutes without getting lightheaded. He has been told on one of the times we had to rush him to the ER that he has gotten so bad he needs medicine to fix the damage he has done to his body. He is also dealing with kidney failure and needs weekly dialysis, which he doesn't consider in the same league as those evil doctor's visits. So pretty much he is in no shape to be riding a bike, but that didn't stop him from coming to me while I was looking over the back tyre of my bike. I crashed like an idiot and the tyre warped. The following conversation happened. Hey, how close are you to fixing that bike? I don't really know. I think the back tire may be warped. If so, I might need a new one. Well, you have 2 bikes, and so I was thinking that when you get that one fixed, maybe I could have it to ride around this summer. It would really help me feel better. Now, I have actually lent my bikes out to friends before, as we live in a small town, and honestly, you don't need a car to get from place to place, so most of us just go around on bikes in the summer to save gas. But this man was so sick, he was leaning on the door frame just to talk to me. I was not about to have him riding one of my bikes and crashing it and getting himself and my bike hurt. I also knew when he crashed it, I would have to fix it right away, so no thank you. I'm not sure that I'm comfortable with that. Maybe we could just get you a new $60 one from Walmart? But I don't want one from there. Those bikes are trash and will break so fast. Well, I don't feel comfortable with you on one of my bikes. You are sick and I think you would crash it, and I know you won't be able to fix it. They're not even your bikes anyway. We bought them for you and your brother, and he didn't want his. Surely you don't need both. Actually, I do. This one needs work and I still need a way of getting around. Plus, you said those bikes belong to me and my brother and he didn't want his, so they are mine unless you want to give me the money I put into them back. We bought them. They are ours. No, I spent my money on them and the only thing that is still original on that bike is the frame. I will pay you the $60 if you want and you can use it to buy your own bike. At this point, my father is red in the face and starts yelling about how I am so ungrateful and how he never gets to exercise and how it's no big deal. I refuse to budge. Eventually, our mum comes home and hears all this. My dad then goes to my mother like a toddler who has had his toy car stolen and says that I'm refusing to let him use my bike and that it's so BS. My mum, as if she could read my mind, says, well, why don't we just get you a cheap $60 bike to ride? You only need it to ride around the neighborhood. Now this made him go ballistic, throwing a fit about how we all had decent bikes except him. Which isn't wrong, as my mother had a souped up bike she bought from the bike store when it was on sale for a charity event a few years ago. We pointed out that we both like to go trail riding and ride around town, while he only wants to ride around the neighborhood. He said that it shouldn't matter and that he had a right to have a decent bike. Eventually, my mother relented and offered to let him use her old bike. Although it's a really old bike, and you'll never guess who is in charge of fixing it up so he can ride it. If nothing else, I was told that once I fixed it up, I wouldn't have to do anything more. I'm only going to change the tubes as the tyres are still good enough, and I'm going to get the chain greased instead of replaced. Yeah, in all honesty, I'm not sure about this dad. I think he might have something wrong with him, maybe a screw loose. If he can barely stand up for more than 20 minutes, he has, a crippling illness, I'm not sure how useful it's going to be for him to go out cycling. That seems really dangerous to me. I might be wrong, but that's just my opinion. Maybe this dad just doesn't care for his physical safety? I don't know. It's kind of a weird mindset to not want to go to the doctors, but then to want to exercise on a dangerous bike where you could just faint because, blood pressure, dialysis, that sort of stuff, and just keel over and, be gone. I don't know. Now, while this dad clearly doesn't care much about his physical safety, that doesn't mean he doesn't have to care about his online safety, thanks to the kind sponsors of today's video, Dashlane. Dashlane is the easiest way to keep yourself safe and secure online. With quarantine, social distancing, and isolation still happening all over the world, we are using the internet more than ever right now, and Dashlane offers you an easy way to stay safe at all times online. Their VPN servers can encrypt your data at the push of a button, keeping you secure, and it also allows you to choose any country you would like to virtually be in, so you can access content from across the world which would otherwise be blocked on sites like Netflix. Dashlane also offers a safe, simple, and affordable way to store and fill your passwords and personal information, ranging from credit cards to financial info. Literally anything you need, they'll do it for you. Their autofill makes logging into any website incredibly safe and easy. Just click once to log in and Dashlane will do the rest, even creating a secure password that you will never have to remember if you like. To put it simply, Dashlane works on everything, everywhere. So download Dashlane on your first device for free today by going to www.dashlane.com/Redditor. Then if you want to upgrade to premium to use Dashlane across all your devices, you can use my promo code Redditor to get a discount off your first year. Guys, as I always say to you, the more you support the products, the more it supports me. So go down to the description, the pinned comment, the link is right right there. Just download it. It's free and it's an amazing service that I personally use every single day. Now moving on to our final story of today's video. Entitled Mum thinks that she has the right to take my computer. Yes sir, you read that right. My mother thinks that she has the right to take my computer. So I recently got my PC on the 28th of May 2020. It is super fast and I love it. She asked me if it was really good for working as well. I immediately said yes, because like it is a god PC. I didn't think she'd try anything. But then she stole it. So I tried to confront her. This happened today and the convo goes something like this. What are you doing with my computer? Taking it? I need it for work. Note, my mum is an essential worker. She is also a pizza delivery woman. I have no idea why she even thought that was a believable lie. But you are an essential worker? Yeah, but I still need to work on a computer. You have like 3 laptops. Why do you need mine? Because they all have viruses. I keep getting these weird things on websites about shopping and stuff. Those are ads. They're supposed to show up. Oh my god. No, they aren't. You are a stupid idiot that doesn't know anything. Shut up. This is my computer and I'm going to use it. No, it is not. I paid for it. I got all the money myself. No, the reason you have money is because I suggested to mow people's lawns or something, so I should have it. No, I was doing that before you even suggested it. Then, after you found out that I worked, you took almost all of my money. I saved up for this for 3 years. You have no right to take it. It is mine. You freaking ungrateful female dog. I'm taking your screens too because you are talking back and disrespecting your elders. I gave birth to you, so I own everything that you do. Shut the F up, you SOB. I let you live under my roof. I do everything in this house while you and your lazy butt just sit around playing video games all day. You don't deserve this. I have a 99.99% average at school. I'm doing really good. So you missed an assignment? You are disgraceful. I can't believe I gave birth to such a freaking failure. Wow, way to make me feel appreciated when I have the freaking highest grade in the school. My mum then slaps me. What the frick did you just say? You will be hearing from your father about this. Skip around 3 hours. Now my mum is now talking to my dad. Our son is refusing to give me his computer. Yeah, so it's his. He paid for it. It's our fault it broke before. Let's make it up to him. Stop treating our son that way. Fine then, F you, F everyone in this house. Then nobody can have this computer. She then proceeded to throw the PC on the ground and stomp on it. She then walked away, muttering under her breath how I'm a freaking female dog that should just go jump off the freaking roof and make everyone's lives on earth easier. Oh my god. She also added how I should stick my head into a rope before jumping off so that it's guaranteed that I will be got. Oh my, what am I reading? Sorry for no happy ending. P.S. The PC is fine. The metal under the PC is kinda dented from the fall and the glass has a huge spiderweb crack on it. But nothing inside was damaged, and with the help of my dad I got the setup all back up and running. Thanks for reading. Oh wow, I just cannot believe that entitled parent. I feel like we've come so far in the last few years with, mental health, suicide awareness, stuff like that. Then to say something like that about your own kid, you should just go and kill yourself? I couldn't believe what I was reading there. Surely there's some sort of law that says that you can't just say to your own kid to kill themselves. Like, surely that must be some sort of law written up. Like, I don't know how that is going to affect OP's mental health when he hears his own mother telling him to kill himself. Like, what would you do if your mum said that to you? That would send me in a weird place, honestly. Yeah. I'm glad the PC is okay, and I'm glad you have a normal dad who sounds like a good guy, but geez, you two need to leave that mum as quickly as you can. Anyway guys, that is going to do it for this video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. 3 crazy entitled parent stories. Oh wow, that last one was mad. Again, a massive thank you to Dashlane for sponsoring this video. Guys, their product is so easy to install and use. It's just so easy. I don't know why you wouldn't do it if you haven't done it already. They've been long-term supporters of my channel, so I hope we can be long-term supporters of them. Go and check it out in the description, the pinned comment. Yeah, just download it. Easy as that.